The Vivo X100 Pro is a brilliant phone in every regard, but its cameras is what truly sets it apart. It's one of the best smartphone camera systems on the market today. Unfortunately, the limited international release might make getting your hands on one quite tricky. Let's do a deep dive to find out more, shall we? This is Saf here and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get started. The key feature of this phone is what you're truly interested in, and it's definitely the cameras in this phone. Take one look at the Vivo X100 Pro and it's clear that the device is all about photography. From the gigantic circular camera array to the words professional photography embodied at the top panel, its camera performance is a top priority when shopping for a smartphone. This is a release to get excited about. It's got a 50 megapixel wide, it's got a 50 megapixel of periscope telephoto camera with a 4.3x of optical zoom, the 50 megapixel of ultra wide with the Zeiss optics with the T lens coating, and it's also got an 8K recording at 30 fps, 4K at 30 and 60 fps recording, which is truly remarkable. One word to sum it up, it's an amazing camera system. The main camera on the Vivo X90 Pro was already one of my favorites of last year, but now that it's accompanied by a higher resolution ultra wide and an incredible 100mm equivalent telephoto, the creative possibilities are greatly expanded. Here are some of the samples I took from the camera. It's impossible to talk about the design of the phone without first mentioning the almost comically large camera bump. To be honest, recently this has been the trend with most of the Chinese flagships with the back massive circular camera bump. The circular array is centrally placed, takes up almost the entire width of the back panel and effectively doubles the device thickness. This means that the handset looks almost more than a camera than a phone, and it's sure to be divisive. Personally, I think it looks quite cool, but then I'm a fan of quirky designs. Let me know in the comments below if you like the central back bump in the camera. Aside from the massive camera, the design is otherwise quite similar to the last generation, with a significant curvature to the edge of the display mirrored by the curves in the back panel. I typically prefer flat displays, but the curviness works well here as well, as it makes the phone feel slimmer than it actually is, and is more comfortable in the hand as well. This time around, the vegan leather rear has been replaced with the Vivo signature AG frosted glass back panel. I don't know what that actually means, but it's a frosted glass back to keep it simple. I love the silky smooth feel of the material, and the fact that it's immune to the fingerprint smudges is a big plus for me. My only gripe with this is it's very slippery. You definitely need to keep your wits about you if you plan to use it without a case. Thankfully, a case is included in the box. Yes, it's a standard transparent TPU affair to say the least, but at least offer some protection. It's more important than you might think. The Vivo cases can be hard to come by unless you import them directly from China. Now, talking about the screen, it's got a 6.78 inches of LTPO AMOLED display. It's got 120 Hz of refresh rate, the 2800 into 1260 resolution with a peak brightness of 3000 nits. It's based on the Android 14 with the FunTouch OS of 14. The display is mighty impressive. It's large, astonishingly bright, and produces produces excellent colors. With the X90 Pro, I found that sometimes the colors would suffer when using a low brightness level, but thankfully that's not the case here with the X100 Pro. It looks great in all situations. The panel can output up to 3000 nits at its peak, which makes it one of the brightest panels around, and you can really see the difference when watching the HDR content. It just looks brilliant. The FunTouch OS offers a ton of customization options, and it's very easy to adapt the themes to match your taste. You can change everything from the animations when you plug it in and charge to the fingerprint icon and more. If you are a bit of a tinkerer, you can have some fun with the operating system. Vivo promises 3 generational updates and 4 years of security updates as standard. The Vivo X100 Pro is powered by the MediaTek latest flagship chip, the Dimensity 9300, which boosts a new all-big core architecture, promisingly gives a massive gains in performance and better efficiency. And this model, being a global edition, is backed by a whopping 16 GB of RAM and an ample storage capacity of 512 GB. In benchmarking, the Vivo X100 Pro comes close to matching the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor in almost every situation, and even achieving a higher score in Geekbench 6 multi-core. This is very impressive. In practice, all this power means the phone feels very responsive and agile in day-to-day use. One good news for quite a lot of people is that it supports Android Auto. Yes, it works. They have dual stereo speakers on this device. One is positioned at the top of the display and the other one is next to the USB Type-C port on the base. There is a decent amount of low-end response from the speakers and plenty of clarity in the high notes, but they aren't the loudest I've encountered. Still, around the house, they do sound great. When you're watching video or listening to some tunes, here is a sample of the speaker output. It's got a 5400 mAh dual cell battery, and it's got 100 watts of fast charger which comes along with that. The X100 Pro also supports 50 watts of fast wireless charging, but again, you'll need a special charger from Vivo for this. Otherwise, you'll be charging at more typically wireless speeds, which is like 20 or 30 watts. But that said, the battery life in this one is pretty good. I get a solid 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which I feel it's ideal. So what are my final thoughts? Having used the Vivo X100 Pro, it is an incredible phone. It boasts a more versatile camera system that I have had the pleasure of using, and it's backed up by a lovely display, lightning fast performance, and a stunning design. It leaves me with barely anything to complain about. My only real wish is that the selfie camera is a bit better. I just felt that the selfie camera was it was just average. The main challenge is going to be getting your hands on it. While it has been launched internationally, we're still not exactly sure which European countries will get a proper release. And if the past release are anything to go by, the UK and the US are unlikely to get a look in. If you live in a supported region though, the Vivo X100 Pro is extremely easy to recommend. In fact, it is so good that it might be worth the hassle of importing directly from China, for the global version.
If you like my video, please do like, comment and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And until next time, take care and stay safe. Thank you.